Hey everyone, Son of a Silver Stacker here. Welcome to the best U.S. Mint news channel on YouTube. Today's date's the 12th of December 2025, and in this video we're going to be going over the best of the mint coin series. That's right, we're also going to be looking at that Stack's Bowers auction, what the final realized prices were for the canceled die, the very first set, and that second to the last set that was also struck by Brandon Beach. Then we're going to go to coinnews.net and check out those U.S. Mint sales. Why? Because they're vital to numismatists, flippers, and investors to determine mintages and demand. And not only that, I got a good plus one today here for you. So I got 3 plus ones in this particular video. Now, before any of that, make sure you hit the like button. We're trying to get this video to go viral where hundreds of people could potentially watch it. Also, if you're a returning viewer and you haven't subbed or you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. We're trying to get to 15,000 subs by the first of the new year. And if that doesn't work, well, we're going to keep on keeping on, see if we can get the next month. It doesn't look like it, but you never know. Now let's bounce over to moneymetals.com so I can show you those live spot prices. Gold is up 48.60 to 43.40.70. Silver up 71 cents to 64.48. Platinum up 31.45 to 17.40.90. Palladium up 16.85 to 15.44. Nope, it's up to 15.55 now to 15.43.60. And Dr. Copper only down a penny now to $5.47 per pound. Down here, you're looking at an in-stock American Silver Eagle, whose premium is $9.49. And remember what it was during the pandemic? Almost $20. It's double what we see here today. So for a quantity of 1 through 39, they ask that you pay $73.95 for 1 ounce, a 1 ounce American Silver Eagle. Is that not, can you even wrap your head around that? Right? I mean, remember when these were like 15, 16, 18 bucks, 20 bucks? Not anymore. Those days are gonzo. Wow, remarkable. Now the sell to them price is going to be 63.22. The silver spot 64.46, and what that means is, well, we have 2 weeks now, 2 weeks consistently for in a row every day that the silver buyback price has been lower than the silver ask price over here at moneymetals.com. That is something else. That's new territory as far as I'm concerned, because typically we see $1.20. Now over here to Stack's Bowers. This is the very last Omega penny sold on behalf of the United States Mint by Stack's Bowers. It says so right up here somewhere. And it ended yesterday. So the final set with the canceled dies sold for $800,000. The very first set right here, as you can see, number 1 of 232, sold for $200,000. Now, I would imagine this set right here, number 10,212, probably had Mint State 66 for both the Philadelphia and Denver strikes, which I think was probably the highest graded set. Now, there's probably some that had a 65 or a 64 from Philly, and then maybe a 67 from Denver. But to get 2 same grades on them, I think that's what happened there in 212. Not exactly sure, but here we go. Here's number 231 of 232. This was also struck by Brandon Beach, the Treasury Secretary. And yeah, that was all, I think also Mint State 64 for that Philadelphia, and that one sold for 150,000. Now let's keep on keeping on over here to the product schedule. The United States Mint, no new tale to tell here whatsoever. It still has the Native American dollar, the American Innovation dollar, and then the American Silver Eagle out of West Point, New York, and then the Congratulations set. Now, all of these you can still subscribe to, except the Congratulations set. That one's gone, so can't get that anymore. And I tried to go to the highest mountain point and scream it as loud as I could that this was going to be special. And, you know, the Mint went from, what, 3 in your subs to 1, and then lowered the household order limit to 1 on drop day. So there's only going to be 3 opportunities to pick this up, at least 3 channels to pick it up. That's going to be through subscription. Well, if you didn't get it there, you got to go on drop day, and that's going to be January 20. And then if you don't get it that day, you'll probably have to go to the secondary market, and we'll check out those prices on another video. But I imagine they're going to get more expensive as time goes on. Next stop here is going to be the United States Mint Semiquincentennial Coins and Metals under Home Shop Coins right here. And I got to share something with you, first of all. These designs here, I imagine the artists were pretty, well, not happy. I know for a fact that the Liberty Bell, as well as the We the People, were designed and approved by the CCAC and the CFA. However, the obverses, yeah, not so much. These were taken from other coin programs and rehashed and reused. I think a lot of people, they figured that the dime is going to be the best, well-designed coin out of all of the semi-quincentennial circulating coins. And this one was obviously taken from the presidential silver medals. This one from the presidential dollars. This was from the presidential dollars. This one here for Abraham Lincoln was taken from 2009 anniversary. That's right, of Lincoln. And then this here, which is the Gettysburg Address, that was in another coin design, but they used it for that one. And I guess they want to make us think that these two hands clasping the wrist are holding the Union together. So there you go. That's that. Now here we go. Shop all products. It says here for 1 year only, the Mint will issue a variety of exciting new collectible product. But the bottom line is, imagine if you were the CAC and the CFA as well as an artist, and you spent all that time working on these. And who knows? Maybe you were told that this is what we're going to use. We're going to go with this, and then they didn't. Right? So that's kind of tough to swallow. That's a big pill. All right, here we go. I'm going to try that again. And this says shop all products. For 1 year only, the Mint will issue a variety of exciting new collectible products. The 2026 American Buffalo, American Eagle, that's gold and silver, I would imagine, and Morgan and Peace coins will bear a dual date of 1776 to 2026. These coins, as well as the 2026 American Innovation $1 coins, will also have a unique Liberty Bell privy mark inscribed with the numeral 250. Other products include, and they don't talk about the dual date action, the American Eagle Platinum Proof coins could have a dual date. We don't know. Probably not. The Charters of Freedom launches in 2026 to celebrate our nation's founding documents, the Declaration of Independence, the U.S. Constitution, and the Bill of Rights from 2026, 2027, and 2028. Now, the Native American $1 coin depicts Oneida tribe aiding George Washington at Valley Forge, and I think there was some Seneca Indians in there as well, who are part of the Iroquois Nation. Now, it says here 5 best of the mint, and this is what I really want to talk about here. This is important because I really do dig the silver medals, at least most of them. It says here 5 best of the mint gold coin and silver medal sets. There they go again with that 4-letter word, sets. Will also include the 250th Liberty Bell privy mark. Stay tuned as we plan to reveal more Semiquincentennial products in the coming months. Wait, we got to wait more months just for the rest of the product. Can't you just put everything out now? Makes you wonder. Here we go. So there it is. Best of the mint gold coin and silver medal sets. And says see product schedule, but it's not on there. Sets include 24 karat 4/9 fine gold coin bearing a special Liberty Bell privy mark, and that means in addition to adding it up, right? And a 1-ounce silver companion medal featuring a new design inspired by the coin. And there you go. So my question is, I mean, obviously, it seems to me that this is going to be a set and they won't be sold individually or separately. Bummer in the summer there. So I think my best possible bet would probably buy the lowest denomination gold coin here. And that's going to be probably the 1916 Mercury dime. And I got a question for the, how much gold are they going to put in here? Is the Mercury dime going to be a 10th ounce? Is the Standing Liberty quarter going to be a 1/4 ounce? Is the Walking Liberty going to be a 50-cent piece? A 1/2 ounce of gold? And is the 1804 silver dollar going to be an ounce of gold along with the 1907 St. Gaudens? I don't know, but I sure hope it's reasonably priced. It says here, best of the mint background. Last year, the mint, I'm not even going to read that. Here we go. Check this out. There's some FAQs over here. Best of the mint Mercury dime. It talks about the gold coin, the companion medal, and so on and so forth. A lot of good stuff here. Now, this is where I really, this is some really good information here under frequently asked questions, the FAQs. What is the semiquincentennial? That's there. Which circulating coins will change in 2026? And this is actually pretty good here. This is good information. To celebrate America's Semi-Q in 2026, the Mint will be updating well-known American coinage, such as the circulating dime, whose design has not changed in 80 years. Is that right? 1946 till now? I guess it is. That's what they're saying. The circulating quarter will feature 5 new designs related to American history. The circulating nickel will have a 1776-2026 dual date. These changes were authorized by the Circulating Collectible Coin Redesign Act of 2020. Now, how were the designs chosen? Designs for the 2026 Semiquincentennial circulating coins were created by the Mint's medallic artists and artist infusion program designers based on guidance from federal advisors and program stakeholders, the CCAC, the CFA. However, final approval comes from the Secretary of the Treasury. Right, there you go. And who did he get his information from? I don't even know. Will the coins be dual dated like the popular bicentennial coins? Yes, like the bicentennial coin and metal program. These coins will have dual dates, a circulating nickel, dime, and quarters, as well as a collectible penny and collectible $half dated 1776, 2026. So I'll collapse that one there. And that says here, what will happen to circulating coin designs after 2026? Great question. I'm glad you asked. In 2027, the dime is going to revert to the immediately previous design. So the dime's going back to Roosevelt, I guess facing west. The 2027 reverse dimes for the quarter and $half will celebrate youth and Paralympic sports as part of a new 4-year program authorized by the Public Law 116-30. And I think the United States Mints probably got hip to that American Women Quarter program, where the program doesn't last like 12 years or 15 years, to get each and every single state in there. I think they learned from the American Women Quarters to make it a 4-year set. That way they can keep it more manageable and more people interested in it instead of burning them out. And not only that, imagine you're a coin dealer and you've got 12 years of coins to buy, like the Beautiful Quarters or the State Quarter program, and that inventory is just sitting there for years. Instead, you got 4 years instead of the 12. It's like 3 times less, a third less time. All right, let's keep on keeping on. More stuff to talk about here. Will there be collectible products as part of the Semiq? Yeah, there will be. All right, yes, in honor of America's 250th anniversary, the Mint will issue a variety of exciting new collectible products. We already talked about the Buffalo or the Bison coin, the American Eagle, the Morgan and Peace, the Innovation Dollars. We talked about the Platinum Proof, the Native American. Now, here we go. 5 Best of the Mint coin and metal sets will also be available only in 2026. These special gold, coin, and silver metal sets include the 250 Liberty Bell Privy Mark as well. More products announced. And will there be a penny in the Semiq program? Yes, period. Although no longer a circulating coin as of 2025, the collectible penny can be purchased in annual sets and will feature a 1776-2026 dual date. I'm really excited about that. But I really would like to find out how the Mint is going to be selling those particular coins. Are they going to be in rolls and bags? Imagine buying a whole bag of pennies, right, with the dual date action. And I bet some of us, including myself, would put some of those coins in circulation, because why not put them into the wild? Now let's keep on keeping on. I got another one for you here now. This is coinnews.net. Just came out December 9th. That was a few days ago now. Title of this article is U.S. Mint Sales 2025 Proof Silver Eagles account for over a third of orders. And let me tell you, things really picked up over there at the United States Mint this last week. Collectors ordered nearly 24,350 products from the Mint during the week ending December 7th. And could it be because it's the holidays? Absolutely. According to the agency's data, and more than a third were Proof American Silver Eagles. One of them, right there, the 2025 West Point Proof Silver Eagle, led the pack as the Mint's best-selling coin of the week, rising 4,629 to a grand total of 247,060. It's almost always a steady weekly performer, as shown by recent gains of 2,100, 2,100, 2,400, and 1,300, but it always wasn't like that this whole year. That's why that number is at 24,060. Ranking second was the 250, and that's the flagship Eagle. And more people were buying Morgan and Peace dollars than they were that flagship Eagle at some point during this year. Now, ranking second was the 250th anniversary Marine Corps 2025 Philadelphia Proof American Silver Eagle, which became unavailable in less than an hour. It was like 45 minutes, I think, and opened with reported sales of 92,601 after 2 weeks of declines, down 2,637, and then 1,134. The latest figures show it rebounding 3,481 to 92,311, which is still below that opening day sales of 92,601. Now, it's still unavailable. It carries an official mintage of 100,000. The Marine Privy Mark coin launched on November 10. They probably could have put that up at the top. That's okay. Now, here we go with the Mint's top weekly sellers below, and it's a top 10. That's it. That's all you get. But if you look here at the number 5 spot, it's almost at 1,000, which I think is pretty good, actually. That reminds me of the old days sales back in 2019. 702 here for the number 6 spot. Look at that, 701, just one coin difference between 6 and 7. That's the uncirculated Silver Eagle and the Proof Marine Corps $half. Now, number 1, we talked about it already, is the Proof Silver Dollar, West Point Proof, the flagship Eagle. Number 2 is the Marine Corps Privy. Number 3, though, wow, and this is Gonzo, by the way. If you try and pick up the 2025 American Innovation Dollar Proof set, the last of these sets to be made, at least that's what the Mint's telling us, sold 2,839 for a grand total of 61,577. And remember, it had the Space Shuttle coin in there, and then it had the Texas Mission Control coin. Number 4 is the Proof Morgan dollar, 1327. Number 5 is the Proof Peace dollar, sold 950. Number 6, the Uncirculated Silver Eagle out of West Point, New York, sold 702. Number 7 is going to be the San Francisco Proof U.S. Marine Corps 250th anniversary, half dollar, not silver. And they really should make those half dollars in rolls. I think that'd be fantastic. Sold 701. Number 8 is the Proof U.S. Marine Corps 250th anniversary silver dollar. That's part of the commemoratives. And those are going to be leaving the Mint website here probably within 2 weeks. And you won't be able to get any more of those unless you go to the secondary market. Number 9 is the Mint set from 2021. I thought that was a random one, right? That has the Tuskegee Airmen and the Washington crossing the Delaware Quarter. Now, does that beg the question about that Washington crossing the Delaware Quarter being a special coin? And that easily could have been a 2026 Semiquincentennial design. They could have brought that back, but they didn't. All right, number 10, congratulations set from 2025, sold 367 for grand total of 27,439. Yeah, that's not a whole lot, is it? Considering the mintage on that, I think is like 50,000 or 40,000, could be 30,000. I mean, I think they are adjusting their numbers to match last year's sales. In its latest report, the Mint published sales data for 613 numismatic products. 4 products saw week-over-week gains of more than 1,000 units compared to 3 previously. It says here U.S. Mint sales momentum increased for a second week in a row, with 142 products topping their previous gains, up from 106 the week before. This follows earlier weekly increases of 69, slowed down, 112, 148, 98, 109, 75, 145, 106, and so on and so forth. You can read them there. I'm going to leave a link in the description for this particular article. Meanwhile, 3 products recorded weekly declines compared to 10 in the previous week. All were modest. Yeah, like 2s and 3s and that kind of thing. Now, here we go with the U.S. Mint sales numismatic products. I'm going to talk about the ones I think are, well, pretty special. And that's got to be here. These Marine commemoratives from 2025. Very special. Look at that. 3% increase on that half dollar proof. Amazing. Almost a 0.25% increase on the half dollar uncirculated, almost a 1% increase for the proof silver dollar. Here, almost a 1% increase for the gold coin, and then almost a 1.25% increase for that 3-coin proof set. Remarkable. That is a beautiful set, by the way. I saw it at the fun show, and I was just in awe of its beauty. They did a really good job with those designs and the strikes on those as well. Oh, and speaking of strikes, I got to show you something that our friend Iris Gift showed us. And then I'll do that before I go do the +1 action. Morgan and Peace silver dollars, they sold a pretty good amount, almost over a 1% increase there, 1327. There's the Proof Peace, almost a 1% there. After that, not much, but look, I'm telling you, they sell more Morgan and Peace dollars, and that's 858 of an ounce. It's not even a whole ounce of silver, and these are outselling this American Silver Eagles at the same price point. That's something else. I always wondered about that. Here we go, comic art coin and metals. Look at that. What happened? What's going on here? It looks like these sales are picking up. Look at that, almost a 5% increase for the gold coin, sold 69 there. Almost a 4.25% increase there for the 2.5-ounce silver medal, sold 192. A solid 5% for the 1-ounce silver medal featuring Wonder Woman. Almost 2% there for the proof gold coin featuring Batman. 1.3%, almost a 1.3% increase for the 2.5-ounce Batman medal. That's 98 they sold there. And then the final Batman silver medal, the 1-ouncer, sold 177. That's pretty good. It really is. But look at the Superman one though. The Superman 1-ounce silver medal has outsold the Batman one right here, and it didn't outsell the Wonder Woman. Well, yeah, it did. 306 to 317. So it totally did. Looks like Batman's still in the commanding lead when it comes to the 1-ounce. Now the 2.5-ounce, 146, 98, and 192. So definitely Wonder Woman is outselling the 2.5-ounce Batman. And then the gold coin, you got 69 here, 39 there, and 9 there. That's easy to figure out that one. Now the 25th anniversary, keep on keeping on. Armed Forces silver medal. Looks like Navy beats Army again. Still some more. Kudos to you, Navy, for making that happen. Way to go. And that's a point. Look at this. Look at the sales difference. 21,000 for Army, 27,000 for Navy. Yeah, that's huge. American Liberty products, look at that. Eight sunflower gold coins were sold. 10, all right, for the silver medal. And then the bristlecone pine Perseverance sold 80, outnumbered them all. And then you got the 2018 West Point minted $10 American Liberty gold coin sold 51 for a 0.07% increase. All right, here we go. The clad proof sets that are selling for it was just a ridiculous amount of money on eBay that feature that Lincoln cent and the Kennedy half dollar. But if you ask me, I don't even think people are even thinking about that Kennedy half dollar right about now, nor are they looking at the dime. They're looking at that penny, and it didn't have any sales whatsoever. What did have sales, though? Look at that. 2,839 sets were sold, and that's a 4.83% increase for the 2025 American Innovation Dollar proof set. And that's it. That's the last we're going to get of that particular set until we don't. Mint has no plans, I imagine, to make any more of those. They ended this program right here. Bam. Too bad. All right, but they did keep the reverse proofs, which is kind of nice. Now here we go with the silver proof sets. Not one was sold and not one was returned or adjusted downward. It's just staying at 114,280 for the last 2 weeks. And if you have seen those sales, those are like at $500, $600 a set right now. I think that's fantastic. All right, looks like the American Woman Quarter silver proof set lost 2. So that's one of the ones that they said was sales were adjusted downward, but they were modest. Absolutely. Look at this. The 2024 limited edition silver proof set sold 173 for almost a 0.75% increase. But look at that. 2 people, looks like, picked up the 2025 limited edition silver proof set that features the last San Francisco American Silver Eagle, as well as the last silver Kennedy half dollar. Here we go. Mint uncirculated sets. I don't know where these came from because I kept looking. 188,829 have been sold, and that features the P&D penny from 2025, and those are selling for a decent amount of money also. And then the 2021 uncirculated mint set that features the America the Beautiful Tuskegee Airman Quarter, as well as the Washington Crossing the Delaware Quarter, sold 403. How did that even come on somebody's radar? How did that happen? Kids coin sets. Look at this. This is the Explorer 2019 Explorer and Discovery coin set. And you can actually still buy that. That's this one here. And it comes with a 2019 penny, not with the W mint mark, mind you. And it comes with a 2019 penny planchet. That's a Zinken planchet you can see right there, as well as a Roosevelt dime and a Jefferson nickel. And is that why people are buying this? Because of that particular penny and the penny planchet? Could be, but they did sell 106 of those. And it seems reasonably priced at $22.95. Who knew? All right, ornaments. Look at this. The Julia Gordon Low. Yeah, almost a 17% increase. Sold 223 of those bad boys for a new total of 1,539. But if you look over here, 320, which is greater than the Juliet Low quarter, yeah, for almost an 8% increase there, almost an 8% increase for the Mighty Minters and the Mint Ornament. And remember, this is the last year of the Mint Ornaments. After this, who knows what they're going to be doing. That's all we get. And I don't believe we're going to get ornaments for the new Semiquincentennial designs. I don't see that happening. But you never know. All right, proof and reverse proof. Silver Eagles, and this is the Marine Corps proof Silver Eagles, sold 3,481 for almost a 4% increase. The new total is 92,311. But look at this. What's going on here? That West Point proof Silver Eagle sold 4,629. I don't understand it. That was the best selling product at the United States Mint this last week for a new total of 247,060. What makes that one so special? Is it the fact that silver's going gonzo? Could be. Now think about it, right? If we go to the 2025 product schedule and you could buy this coin here for $95, $97, or $100, okay, from the United States Mint, and you compare that to the bullion strike that other folks want to, bullion dealers charge you $70, $75. What, it's a $20 difference. Wouldn't you rather own the proof than, the numismatic version than the collector bullion version? I think that has something to do with it, the price of silver. I really do. It's quite remarkable. Uncirculated Silver Eagles. Yep, that's a 2025 uncirculated from West Point, New York. Sold 702, almost a 1% increase there. And then we have the 2025 proof American Eagle gold coins. Yeah, those are still showing strong sales, particularly for that 10th ounce, right? And the quarter ounce. So the 10th ounce and the quarter ounce are selling rather well. Look at this, almost a 1% increase for the 1 ounce. proof American Gold Eagle, but they still don't match these sales. They're close here for these two, but after that they go gonzo on the last three. The quarter ounce, the 10th ounce, and the 4-coin set are much higher on the 2024 as well as the 2023 proof American Gold Eagle coins, and there's 2022 proof. So sales are not as strong as they were for 2022, 2023, and 2024. But then again, sales in 2025 are hindered or slowed down by the remarkable price that we're seeing for gold, up to 43, 47. I mean, that's a lot of money for an ounce of gold. And will it go higher? Yeah, probably. Now let's keep on keeping on here. Proof American Bison coins, 1.31% increase for 88 now just sold. That's remarkable as well. And who knows how many of those are going to be left. And what is that Semiquincentennial dual date gold buffalo or gold bison going to look like in sales? Is that one going to put all these others to shame? And that's the question I have, is because it's the Semiquincentennial, is the mint going to be like, okay, we know that people are really hot on these Semiquincentennial designs. Are we going to, do the right sizing where our mintages are going to match last year's sales? Or are they going to be like, what, let's just go all out for 2026. We'll make like 15,000 gold buffaloes, or we'll make 500,000 American silver eagles. You know what I'm saying? Well, they did do 500,000 American silver eagles, right? We looked at the product schedule for this bad boy right here. So maybe, just maybe, the mint is going to do a little bit of both. Maybe the mintage limit here, 500,000, is well, maybe going to be standard for 2026. We don't know, but that's what it's looking like. Let's keep on keeping on. Proof American Platinum Eagle, just a blip right there. Palladium Eagles, nothing going on there. Presidential Silver Medals, 82 for Theodore Roosevelt, outstanding. 56 for William H. Taft, and then everything else is just basically flat. American Innovation Reverse Proof Sets, that is coming out December 30, so I think we have like 18 more days or so. And we'll see that one getting released by the mint. And then after that, we're looking at 2026 products. All right, you can't get the American Innovation coin out of Texas. You can't get the American Innovation coin out of Florida. The D bag right here, and this is actually lower minted than the P bag, but the D bag is sold 89 for an increase of 2.71%. And then you got the American Innovation dollar out of Arkansas featuring Ray Montague. Still, each and every single product option is still available. The 25 coin roll out of Philly, the 25 coin roll out of Denver, as well as the 100 coin bag out of P and D mints right there. Bingo! Still available. However, I think this 2026 year, these products are going to be hot, like super hot, like on fire. Can't touch this. MC Hammer said that. Now let's keep on keeping on. Kind of like the Alabama coin. Remember that Saturn V rocket? The one featuring Alabama, that sold out so quick, like within a week or something like that. And that hasn't happened for the American Innovation coin set, well, I think ever. I think that was the best-selling one the United States Mint had designed right there, is that Alabama Saturn V rocket coin. Most awesome coin, no doubt about it. Let's keep on keeping on here. I think we're going to get to the Native American dollars after all the AI dollars here. Hello, there we go. Now these are the 2025s. All right, you've got the 25 coin roll out of Philadelphia and Denver. You got the 100 coin bag out of Philly and Denver. Then you got the 250 coin box out of Philadelphia and Denver as well. And it really just strikes me as odd why the United States Mint wouldn't put, or at least wouldn't hold off on getting rid of the 250 coin box till after the Semiquincentennial. Is it a matter of resources? Is it a matter of sales? Because they could easily right size those sales to meet. Right size those mintages to meet the sales. My bad. First day with the new tongue. All right, keep on keeping on. Yeah, look at that, 1.37% there. That was for the 25 coin roll out of Denver, and the 100 coin bag out of Philly, almost a 1% increase on that one. Now we have the Kennedy half dollars. Those are all gone, all snatched up. Hopefully we're able to get some of these this year, as I think those are going to be kind of special, especially in high grades, especially the silver ones that came out of the silver proof set and the limited edition silver proof set, and even the clad set. I think that's going to be a big deal, especially when the portrait of Kennedy returns in 2027 after this next year. Althea Gibson quarters, look at that, 1.11% increase. That's only 10. It's kind of flat, kind of meager. That's Althea Gibson. Stacey Park Milburn, 15 there for the 100 coin bag. Look at these two for Dr. Vera Rubin. That's the 100 coin bag from Philly and the 100 coin bag from Denver. Each had a 1% increase. But look, I mean, if the United States Mint made 16,000 3-roll sets, yeah, they've got some more dust to collect on the shelves when they're selling only 32 per week. Now, if I was the United States Mint, you know what I would do? I would take the remainder of all those and just stop selling them and melt them down or do something else with those coins. Turn them into American Innovation dollars for 2026 or 2027 or Native American dollars or what have you. But I just think that you fix it right there at these numbers and you just call it. It's done. It's over. Because imagine, keeping inventory on hand, taking up space. Well, that costs money. Juliet Gordon Low Quarters, easy for me to say. Juliet Gordon Low Quarters, 11,000 there, sold 20. The P bag right there and the D bag, 1.8 and 120. That's a 1% increase for the Denver bag, and then 3,780, which I think is the highest for the whole year so far out of all the 2025 quarters. 2024, 2072, 2189, and 3780, and then last one, well, at least the first one dropped in 2025. You're looking at 2485 right there. Yeah, that's the winner chicken dinner, is that Juliet Gordon Low Quarter. No doubt about it. She was the one that founded the Girl Scouts, right? And that is it. Now let's go to the plus ones. I got an extra good plus one for you today. I was thinking about it yesterday about well, a lot of people made some really awful, salty comments on the video yesterday. And I was like, wow, can't we just talk about the coins instead of getting ugly? But a lot of people wanted to be ugly. And that's... Anyway, this is called intolerance, right? No one is as deaf as the person who will not listen. This is said about someone who chooses to ignore advice or will not believe what they are told. All right, now let's go to another one here. And it says here, people who create division because they hate someone are no better than the person who they hate. I put that up there. And then this is what AI came across, and I want to be able to read this to you all here. I think this is important because you become what you hate. And that's, hey, you want that for yourself? Go right ahead. But that's not going to get you anywhere in life at all. Nowhere. This sentiment reflects the idea that hatred and creating division are self-destructive, making the divider as morally compromised as the one they oppose, often because they mirror the negativity they claim to fight, lose their own peace, and fail to build unity, becoming consumed by the very us versus them mentality they perpetuate. Philosophers and social commenters suggest this mirrors the idea: if you hate a person, you are defeated by them. I think Confucius said that, as hate controls you more than the other person. Yeah, your hate controls you. Think about that. Is that what you want for yourself? You want to come off as that person? I hope not. That's just bummer the summer for you. Why the comparison holds? Self-defeat. Hatred consumes the hater, draining energy and clouding judgment. No doubt about that. Turning them into a prisoner of their own resentment. Yowza. You don't want to be a prisoner in your own mind. Mirroring the enemy by focusing on negativity and creating enemies, they adopt the divisive tactics of those they dislike, losing the moral high ground. Maybe that doesn't matter to them. I don't know. Obstructs solutions instead of fostering an understanding or positive change. Hate-driven division makes everyone less effective at solving real problems. Yeah, nothing gets done. And remember, when you hate, when you get angry, you lose IQ points. That's documented. Loss of humanity. Here we go. Yeah, dehumanizing. And remember, when you dehumanize somebody, yeah, watch out. I'm telling you, viewing others as solely as the other or bad blocks empathy. Yeah, you don't feel, you can't feel how they feel anymore. And that makes you, well, do just about anything or say anything to them because you've dehumanized them. Treating people as group representatives rather than individuals, which is a core tactic of division itself. Yeah, well, here's some alternatives that might help you out a little bit. Focus on love and unity. Some argue for working out or out-loving the hate, choosing a game of unity and compassion rather than getting pulled into the divider's negative arena. And it really is an arena. You don't want to be in that arena, I promise you that. Understanding the root. Others suggest hate often stems from perceived threats, self-esteem issues, or group identity, a strong group identity, which, while explaining the behavior, doesn't excuse the division it causes. Division is not what we want, folks. We all got to pull together. That's what it's all about. We all have to have the same vibe. If not, nothing good is going to happen. And people say the world is an ugly place, but it's people that make it that way. You made it ugly. That's not you specifically, but Yeah, people make it ugly, and that's terrible. That's not what we want. We want peace and love. And I know I sound like a dirty hippie, but that's what it's all about. Now let's go to the plus one action. Three nines fine, 99.9 KOIN Coin News Radio. Hot for teacher. It's kind of funny how I did all that division talk, and now we're hot for teacher. Well, I had a crush on one of my teachers, Mrs. Pesci. Yeah, that means fish in Italian. That's why Joe Pesci's name is Joe Fish. So there it is, folks. This is Hot for Teacher Van Halen. But you know what? It's got the instrumental, and it's a high energy song. It's good for driving along the road. And remember, don't drive too fast if you start hearing this song, because the tempo of the music can dictate your speed. And if you didn't know that already, you might want to go back to the DMV and ask them and find out. Now, with that said, I want to thank y'all for coming. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you're going to see, sub the channel. It's absolutely free. What's not free, that's going to be membership. It's $1.99 a month, and I'd sure appreciate if you consider becoming a member. Like I said, it's the price of a cheap cup of coffee once a month in my honor to help these videos keep coming out each and every single morning. It's like 6.6 cents per video. And if that is too much money, I totally get it. Or if you're going to wait until after the holidays, I totally get it. But please consider, maybe it'll be your holiday gift to me, right? Christmas or Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate there. And that would be you to me. And I thank you for that. Y'all have a great rest of your day. It is Friday. This is the day that humans were invented by God. Yeah, pretty special day for us. It's our birthday. And that's why Fridays rock. Stacker out.